Let's begin. Okay, so I see a few people who weren't on a second ago. So as we begin, you're going to want 2 pieces of paper and a pen. And we'll go ahead and start. So my name is Casey Bell, and I'm so happy to be here with you. This is our full moon ceremony. Been hosting these every month since April, I believe, and it was right after quarantine, and it's just been so nice to be able to connect with you guys online and to practice with you and to meditate with you and to set intentions with you guys in a ceremony style. And so I've been keeping it going since April. And so before we begin talking about the moon tonight and what's happening within the astrological realm right now, we're going to drop into a little meditation just to get ourselves centered and open and grounded. So you can do this wherever you're at, just sitting up tall in your seat. If it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes. Or just bring a gaze, a soft gaze, a couple of feet in front of you. Start to deepen your breath. So inhale a little deeper towards your belly. And then exhale slowly. Do that a couple more times. Inhale towards your belly. Exhale slowly. Keep going with this simple breath. Taking a little bit of time here to transition, to feel your breath in your body. Take another full breath. Bring your hands together and start to rub your palms, creating some heat and some friction in your palms. You might rub the palms until you start to feel tingling in the hands. If you have been Reiki attuned, you can turn Reiki on in your hands, opening up the life energy in your body. Take another breath here. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Pausing here, feeling the warmth, feeling any vibration or buzzing in your palms as they rest on your heart and your belly. Take a few more deep breaths. And welcome yourself to really come home into your body. Feeling your physical body underneath your hands. And also feeling the support under your hips, whether you're sitting in a chair or on the floor. Take a big breath. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart, lifting the chest. In this space, we can ask for any of our guides to come forward, ancestors, spirit animals, any beings, any energies that are here to uplift us, to hold the highest outcome for all. And so it is. When you feel ready, you can relax your hands, open your eyes, take a couple breaths. Yay, okay. All right, friends, so let's talk about the energy of this particular moon for this month. So the full moon is actually tomorrow at 11:44 p.m. for Central Time. I figured with the holiday, some people may not be available, and the energy is just as strong to do our practice tonight. So we're here tonight, and this is a very potent time of year as it's the first full moon after the summer solstice. And so this is a time to get really clear on what we want to feel energetically in our life. And right now, because we're at this peak of the year energetically, summer solstice and the summer season is like the highest point of energy in the year. And now we're at this full moon right after the summer solstice. There's a lot of energy happening right now. And so if you, for a lot of us, this can create exhaustion. I did a poll online today, and I think 75% of people said that they're feeling more tired than usual. So if you've been feeling tired, then you might just be feeling that there's a lot of energy happening. Everything is very potent and abundant, and there may be a lot that you're processing under the surface, and you may not be knowing, and that can be adding to the exhaustion. And so right now is a really potent time of year, very, very high energy. The sun is in Cancer, so it's Cancer season, and the moon is in Capricorn. And so with that balance, it brings in this idea of balancing energies. Capricorn is very earthy, very practical, very grounded. Capricorn is like the boss of the zodiac. And sometimes Capricorn energy can be related to like work energy because Capricorn is the boss, versus Cancer, which is where the sun is. Cancer is very watery, very fluid, intuitive, very emotional, and Cancer is sometimes said to be the mother of the zodiac, and Cancer is all about the home. And so you might be seeing some shifts and some balancing acts happening in your work life versus your home life. This can also relate to relationships in terms of masculine and divine masculine, divine feminine energies. And it can also relate into terms of your inner and your outer selves. And so there's this balancing of energies that is happening right now with the sun in Cancer and the moon in Capricorn. And we also have, so there's more. We also have a lunar eclipse happening. And so with our lunar eclipse, this is where I know I learned this when I was young, but I had to read up on it this week because I wanted to know, like, okay, what's actually happening? And so when we have a full moon, the light from the sun is reflecting onto the moon. When we have a lunar eclipse, the earth is blocking the reflection of the sun onto the moon for a certain amount of time. And so there's this time in the night. I don't think it's actually going to be visible for us in this side of the world in America, but there's going to be a time where the moon goes totally dark and you can't see the full moon light during the eclipse. And so during this time, it said that it's supposed to be a very high transformative time. And we had a lunar eclipse happen with this same balance of sun in Cancer and moon in Capricorn in 2018. And so if you can think back within the last 2 years or so, the last 2 summers, what things have come up. If you can think of like this bubble of energy that is coming to like a culmination and coming to a peak right now, what things have come up, what things have shifted, what things have transformed. And it might be like a big event that you think of, or it might be like more subtle energy patterns and habits and subtle feelings throughout that time. So energetically, astrologically, in the stars, there's this culmination, this high point from 2 summers ago to now, and a releasing point. And so that could also be attributing to any exhaustion that could be happening. Okay, and so that's our astrology report. And From here, we're going to start to shift to writing down the things that we're going to release. So you're going to find one of your pieces of paper, the one that you're okay with burning, and we're going to write down what we're going to release. In these ceremonies, we've been doing a process where we write down something that we're releasing, and sometimes it is fear related, sometimes it's shadow related. When the moon is full and things are illuminated more than they were previously in the night or in the dark, there's more light shining on our shadow. And so sometimes in this time we get an extra piece to the puzzle and we start to get more clear on what's happening in our lives. And so as we release, we get really honest and clear with what we're feeling, how we're feeling, the repetitive energy that's moving through us, the cycles that we're in, can get conscious of that. And then we can start to pull in this idea of where are we at right now, and then where do we want to be? Is it the same? Is it slightly different? What are the shifts? And when you get clear on that, then you can start to write down what are the things that you're pulling away, what are the things you're clearing. I like to send compassion to the things that we release. You can thank the things that you're releasing for the lessons that it's taught you, for any way that maybe it served you in the past, thanking it for the energy it's given to you in the past, but also understanding why now is the time to peel that layer away. And taking a little time, continuing to write, or if you're done writing, or if you're just in a pause between writing, you could even just close your eyes and breathe and listen, listening to your heart, listening to how you feel. And in the last few days, as we've been getting closer and closer to the full moon, you might have had things bubble up to the surface, thoughts or ideas, or maybe you've realized little habits or thought patterns that you know don't serve your highest good. And so that might be one of the things that you write down. Anything you just know you don't need. What have you outgrown? What have you outgrown? Especially in like the last 2 summers. What have you outgrown? Is there anything that you're holding on to that covers your light? Anything that doesn't allow you to be fully you and your truest self? These are the things that we can peel away. All right, my dears, if you are still writing, then just keep writing and let it flow. I am going to prepare to burn. When you're ready to burn, you can shift to that, or if you want to burn after we do this, that's fine too. And let's see, I'm going to burn my old intention first, the one from last month. And then I'm going to burn the stuff that I'm releasing for this month. And so I really encourage you to burn it safely. But the reason we want to burn it rather than, like destroy it or rip it up in another way is because it's helpful in this process of releasing and shadow work to allow what we're releasing to be transformed into the light. It can be really powerful to to see the paper and see the words on the paper being literally transformed into a different state. Seeing the paper dissolve and disappear into the light. We can send thank you to what we're releasing. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for any ways that it may have served us, and also understanding why we're releasing it. Yay, so it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna, later on after we're done, I'm gonna put it in my yard and I'll pour water on it so it gets to be returned to the earth. All right, so next we're going to write down what we're calling in. And so you'll choose your other piece of paper and you're gonna write down your intention for the full moon. When some of you guys already know this, but when we do this practice of burning and then setting the intention afterwards, we create a vacuum effect. The burning or the clearing creates this empty space in our energetic self. And then as we hold what we want to pull in, you can create a vacuum where why can I not talk? Where you can pull in what you're calling in into that space. I hope that makes sense, but I know many of you already know this from previous classes. So think about, what are you calling in? What are the things in your life that you're bringing balance to? When I was talking about that, did any bubbles come up? Did anything come to mind in terms of work and home balance within relationships, balance in feminine and masculine energies, whether that's within yourself or in other areas of life? Right now, with the full moon in Capricorn and the lunar eclipse, we can also see this as challenging authority figures, challenging old institutional ways of being and thinking. Capricorn is like the authority figure, father figure of the zodiac. And so with the eclipse being pulled in with this energy, and we're seeing this in our world, challenging old ways of institutionalized thinking within ourselves and within a large scale as well. And so that's another one of the ways that we are seeing a balance in energies, and really the divine feminine is rising up. And the divine feminine has been rising for some time, and I imagine it will continue to rise. And this is just one of those big portals to help usher that through. And so what are you calling in? Think about, when you write your intentions, think about, how do you want to feel? Do you feel every day when you wake up, or even just like throughout the day, do you feel how you want to feel? Do you have days that you want to be present in? And if you do, that is so wonderful. I'm so happy. And it might be more like, well, maybe there's some moments that are good and some moments that are challenging. And you know, that's how it's very normal that way for us humans. But as you set your intentions, think about, how do you want to feel? What frequency do you want to call in? Because your feelings are frequency. How do you want to feel? And what are the things that you can do to feel that feeling? Could be little things, could be big things. You could set your intentions for even a broader scale, and make it not just, how do you want to feel? How do you want your community to feel? How do you want people around you to feel? Allowing that to be like the motivation behind the intention setting. Allowing our inspired action to come through that connection of how we want to feel. right, friends. If you're still writing, I'll give you about another minute or so. And then we're going to do our meditation. And the meditation will help us continue to build this picture of what we are calling in, help us get a little more clear, and you might even have some things come up and want to journal after that too. The last few months we've been doing a meditation where we visualize and we take this image down the channel of manifestation. We take it down all of our chakras. And I feel like that's been working really well. I've been enjoying it, so I'm going to keep that for this month. All right, my dears, let's get comfy for meditation. So you can do this sitting, you can do this lying down, whatever feels good to you right now. And you'll just settle in, get comfortable, and close your eyes. As you start to drop in, take a couple of deep breaths. Come home to your body. Inhaling slowly towards your belly and exhaling slowly. Start to bring awareness to your heart center. Imagine you're going to inhale through the front of your chest, exhale out the back. Do that a few times. Inhale, imagine breath, imagine energy moving in through the front of your chest. Exhale, it moves out the back. Do that 3 times. This time, inhale from the back and exhale out the front. Imagine as you inhale, breath coming from your upper back into the back, exhale out the front of your chest. One more breath like that. Inhale between the shoulder blades, exhaling out the front of your chest. Keeping ourselves grounded in our belly, open in our heart. Start to spiral your attention up towards your crown. Bring your awareness to the space right above the crown of your head. Notice how you feel there. Is there any buzzing? Is there any warmth? Is it just neutral space? Notice sensation above the crown of your head. In this space, start to imagine a thought bubble, like in the cartoons, those thought bubbles. And inside the thought bubble, start to imagine your intention as if it's already actualized. Visualize this picture of yourself, and your intention has already happened. It's already actualized. What does that look like for you? Where are you? Are you alone? Are there other people or beings with you? As if your intention has already actualized, how do you feel? Take a moment to fill in the space a little more, taking in the surroundings. Then start to imagine your thought bubble moves into the top of your head and then moves right into the center of your mind. Here, color in your vision more. Add some more vibrancy, some more light and clarity. Perhaps noticing some details being refined. As you connect to this at any point, if it starts to feel like it's being forced, see if you can relax and soften and just allow whatever wants to be seen to come forward to you. Connecting to the vision, just sitting with it in the mind's eye, welcoming more clarity. Start to imagine this vision moving down into your throat. This is where we add purpose. This is where we add truth, where we add more of your voice. As your intention has actualized, how do you show up? How do you use your voice? What are the things that you're saying? How are you saying it? What is the most true for you? How can you add more of a feeling of authenticity? More of a feeling of realness? Sitting with that for a moment, welcoming in more truth, more voice, more power into your vision. As you feel ready, allow your vision to now move down into your heart center. And as it moves into the heart center, it automatically doubles in size. Allow your vision to take up more space, maybe even feeling it extend to your shoulders and down your arms, tingling in the palms and the fingers. Welcoming expansion and growth. Welcoming your heart to grow in the ways that it will need to. Welcoming divine love and support into your vision. Welcoming acceptance for the tasks you have ahead. welcoming in openness and love and service for all that you get to do. Sitting here for a moment with the vision in your heart, see if you can allow it to feel really, really big, really, really expansive. Can you push the edges of your comfort and let it take up more space? You might even change your posture or open your shoulders, expanding the arms, whatever feels right, as you allow it to take up more space in your heart, more space in the world. Take another deep breath here, feeling into this space. And then allowing the vision to move down into the belly where we can start to really digest it. Adding in more fire, transformation, power, and alchemy. Adding in confidence, empowering you to know that you can and you will do what you need to do. You will face the challenges. You will find the courage to do the work, and that you can do so with ease. Feeling that really confidently. Feeling proud, feeling driven, feeling purposeful. And then start to allow the vision to sink down into your pelvic bowl, right into your hips, pouring in water, bringing in your ability to go with the flow, to find creative solutions with fluidity, with ease, to listen to the current and be in the flow. Bringing us the power of being in the flow. Making the most use of our energy with the most clarity of what's ahead. Being in the flow. And then we'll allow our vision to move down to the tailbone, to the root chakra, the pelvic floor. Imagining roots sprouting from the space down into the earth. Allowing your roots to grow deep into the earth beneath you. See them growing deeper. Feel them growing deeper and wider, thicker and more dense, more strong, creating an unshakable foundation. As your roots anchor in, you can start to allow the vision to be poured down your roots like water. Let it go. Allow it to soften into the earth. As you visualize the intention being poured into the earth, you might even energetically, on a very subtle level, feel that energy being poured into the earth and literally releasing from your energy field and moving into the larger field of the earth. In this space, we welcome trust, We affirm that this is our intention, affirming it to ourselves and to the earth. And so it is. Take a deep breath. If you're super relaxed and in a happy meditative place, you can stay here as long as you want to. If during your meditation you got clarity and you want to journal, I definitely recommend journaling anything. It might even just be like a word or a little doodle that or a drawing that means something to you. Anything that came up, I recommend writing that down in your journal. I'm going to be putting the recording of this on my website tonight, caseybell.online. I think all of you guys know what it is. So if you have any friends who would enjoy this meditation, this ceremony, you can let them know. On, let's see, what do I know I have something. Next week, I'm teaching a workshop called Methods of Self-Healing. It's one of my favorite workshops I get to teach, and it's a set of tools for inner practices and for awakening your inner healer. And so whether you're new to this work or maybe you're seasoned, it's going to have something for everybody, especially if you're looking for any kind of tool or inspiration or just like something to spark your practice and some inspiration to go inward and connect that way. So that is this week, I think Wednesday night, and all that info is online, and the recording for that is also available too. Okay, friends, thank you so much for being here with me. Everyone's video is off, so I'm just gonna assume that you're all like amazing meditative babies who have drifted to sleep. Okay. Good to see you, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I've enjoyed this so much. It's been so nice to see some of the same faces, and even some friends I haven't seen in a little while. It's so sweet. Okay. All right. Well, if you need anything, reach out to me. Most of you have my email, caseybellyoga@gmail.com, and you might have like other ways to message me as well. And happy full moon. Charge your crystals. Place your intention paper under the full moon, and rest and take care of yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, friends. Love you. See you next time.